Hello everyone, my name is VivianJade, the trained unprofessional, and today, the Burrows mania is again running wild on this freaking channel. The Gabriel update lasted forever. After that, we had the Mark short story, and now, the long-awaited debut of the Hiro route is here, and we have a few disclaimers that were given on the update page. There was a please read this before you do the route thing, and usually, to avoid potential spoilers, I don't read those, but something told me to do it. I'm recording this the day before Halloween, but I know this will not be coming out until after, but something told me to read it, and it was good that they did, because in order to actually access Hiro's route, you gotta do the prologue again. They reworked the prologue. We'll find out to what extent they reworked the prologue, because you gotta do it anyway to access the freaking route. So you can't just go to the card screen to do it. See, I'll show you what happens if you try to do that, because I have a card screen already made. See, this is what happens. It's not here. Oh, well, it is there actually, but as you can see, the background's kind of fucked up, and it's not good. So, besides, they said like they did all the effort to fucking do the shit anyway, and you know, Ren'P, if one thing's messed up, everything's gonna be messed up. So I'm just gonna not fuck things up. So I'm gonna go see what they changed about the prologue, and they said it was prologue 2.0. So let's see what they did. Whole new start. That was some squishiness. Ooh! Well, that's immediately new. Got some CGs. We got some CGs, baby. Mud. Mud all over my Italian leather loafers. The last real gift anyone gave me is now caked in a mixture of dirt, manure, and hay. I guess that's the sign I was waiting for then. I've been prepared for it. That nagging feeling always buzzing in the back of my head, even at the best of times. Why would tonight be any different? I hold my shoes in my free hand in a futile attempt at preventing any further damage. And I wasn't outside during whatever caused this mess. My gratitude is quickly dashed by the sound of thundering in the distance. Maybe it's a good night for this after all. Less people will be around. The wet mud squelches under my paws as I make my way through the unpaved streets of the 9th Ward. Now barefoot, I take care not to step on any of the broken bottles littering the street, courtesy of the locals. I guess I'd be considered a local by most now, although I never really fit the bill, did I? Another twinge of indescribable dread reminds me that this needs to be finished as soon as possible. Oh, a flash! The sky growls, as if it's warning me not to continue, but I press on. There we are! It'll take more than that to stop me at this point. Ooh! Oh. This guy's like, I can do more than flash you! Ah, that transition to the wet clothing sprite was cool. We just gonna hang out here, or do I gotta click? I gotta click. It starts raining. Hard. Did I say? Oh, it's almost skipped the hard. I'm sorry. Adults quickly duck inside while children scream and play in the newly formed puddles. Well, I'll give God one thing. He has a serious knack for comedic timing. A brave few shrug off the abrupt storm and continue drinking under the safety of their porch overhangs, waving their bottles at me as if to make a toast. I awkwardly mimic the motion in return, water spilling out of my shoes like an overfilled glass. They give me a strange glance, but shrug it off, the whiskey teas likely overriding their common sense. Or they could just be good people, Gray. When was it that I became so cynical again? Well, this constant onslaught of lukewarm rain isn't exactly helping. I chuckled to myself. When God decides to take a piss where you're standing, there's not much that can be done about it. Something my grandmother used to say, but in that raspy Irish brogue that added warmth to even the oddest idioms. I should have visited more before. That thought fizzles out before I let myself hold on to her memory too long. A defense I'd likely cooked up to avoid adding more guilt on top of the burgeoning pile. Instead, I turned my focus to the unpleasant smell currently invading my senses. The sections of Nolans without paved roads seemed perpetually waterlogged, leaving a distinct sulfurous odor on anything or anyone that walked through them. It was actually pretty dangerous to walk on them right after a rainstorm. Tiny air pockets can create sinkholes that'll catch you off guard if you step too hard on them. The girl runs by in a mud-stained dress, laughing playfully as her mother closes in with a towel stretched out like a fishing net. I'm reminded of all the times me and the old gang would sneak into the city to play with our secret friends here, not caring if our new clothes got dirty in the mud. The annoyance of my ruined shoes melts away as those old memories overtake me. We wait for a carriage to cross by in the hayfield and jump onto the back, picking up other kids along the way. Sam would usually miss the jump and plod behind, out of breath and useless by the time we got into town. Me, a teen, and Charles would play soldiers, while Sam, Jules, and Simone would stay behind and make us mud pie rations. I hope nobody actually ate those. Actually, I think Ed might have tried to trick Sam into... Damn it, I'm only trying to stop him. No, good memories. One time, Teen and I climbed onto the rooftops and pretended to fence with sticks until the sun went down. If Jules hadn't pulled him down, I doubt we'd remembered to go home. Simone always looked so glum when we had to leave. She'd never let us walk her home. Ed was the same way. Deep down, they must have known it came from money. I'm suddenly reminded of the beatings that would usually follow those outings. Jules would try to take the blame, being the oldest, but the adults never bought it. We'd all go to bed hungry with sore bottoms, pretending to feel bad, but stifling laughter under our sheets, perfectly pleased with ourselves. It was hard not to laugh when the governess pretended to scold us in front of our parents, making goofy faces at us all the while. Oh, the crash to my left breaks me out of my reminiscing. A cat's been flung ass over tea kettle down the steps of a pub by a gruff-looking bouncer. Any pain's hardly reflected by his dazed expression, and I can smell the reek of liquor on his breath as he locks eyes with me. I pass by, and he graces me with that toothy jack-o'-lantern grin that's so distinctive of felines. Not to be deterred, he scampers off to find another haunt. His determination is almost admirable. I wonder if I had looked that gone when I used to... You know what? Fuck it. This whole thing would be so much easier with a few drinks in my system. Maybe that cat's got the right idea after all. Glance back at the pub. Despite the government's best efforts, prohibition in New Orleans never really stuck. People either brought their own from home or the owners kept it hidden away in their cellars. I look through the window and see the patrons inside singing joyfully off-key, playing cards, laughing. Even the bartender was getting in on the fun. No, looks too rowdy. I'm looking for a soft, quiet descent into unfeeling before it's time to go. I love this new rewrite. 1, it feels way more diegetic to the time. 2, you feel it a lot more. 3, a lot more hints to stuff that, quite frankly, since we've played more, is coming up, but for those who haven't played it, is gonna hint towards stuff, makes you more intrigued. And another thing, Gray sounds way more southern. Which is way fucking, like, I feel was missing a little bit. Also, the mention of prohibition. I don't remember if that was mentioned in the last one. I can't remember, but establishing time period, very, very good. I don't remember if that was in the first one or not, but that's still good. If it was there, still good. If it wasn't there, good note. Walk alongside the river out of habit and end up in the French Quarter, walking towards the welcoming lights that dot every window and veranda. Bet Simone's playing a sold-out show right now. Everyone's probably there. Can't imagine a worse place to be. Any possible seeds of doubt must be extinguished. Even in the heavy rain, the playfulness and color of Bourbon Street isn't dampened in the slightest. A band playing soft jazz finishes their set as I pass by a bustling nightclub, applause punctuated by the clink of glasses and murmurs of approval. I scan the area, looking for something more quiet, intimate. The rain picks up again, and I wipe a few droplets off my brow with my other hand, forgetting the bouquet I've been holding this entire time. Thorn pricks me a little, and I recoil instinctively, cursing on my breath at the stupid thing. Why did she think this would somehow change my mind? Glance at the letter hanging from the ribbon holding the bundle together, unopened and practically turned to pulp. Even in its mangled state, I could still make out her signature. Forever yours, Christine. Christine? I don't remember that name. How am I doing holding on to this? Suddenly, I notice a red light in the distance, setting itself apart from the sea of orange gaslit lanterns. Feel drawn to it like a moth to a flame. There it is. The red is bright, but gentle, leaning more towards the pink of a sweet hibiscus bloom than the tawny blaze of a real fire. Upon closer inspection, I see that it's actually a neon sign. Flickers out of existence each time a droplet hits a tube with a sizzle, slowly fading back into its brilliant hue. A light glows gently through the stream pouring out of the sewers below, practically covering the entire storefront. It looks ominous, to say the least. The small, dimly lit space surrounded by inky black on every side doesn't feel like it belongs here. Almost as if the building had been randomly placed here, not caring if it fits into the space organically. But I'm not concerned with danger right now. I make a beeline for it, spotting a trash can on the corner. Unceremoniously dump the bouquet and queue up in front of the strange establishment. Signs in full view now, a simple rendition of a wine glass and the word bar underneath. Uncreative, but honest. Rather bold, too. Even if the law is loose around here, surely some inspector or an out-of-towner would be outraged to see such a blatant disregard. Well, At the very least, I know they'll have hooch. No need for the pen. Well, I keep it on for personal reasons nowadays. Most importantly, I don't hear the cacophony typical of a fully occupied club. Gosh, not even music? This is perfect. I walk up to the doorway, using what little cover's available to get some relief from the rain. Finding none, I flatten against the door as best I can, trying to wring out some of the excess water out of my shirt. Ah, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Besides, whoever owns a joint can't expect a dry customer with weather like this. How quiet it sounds in there, they should be happy anyone's patronizing them. With a final flick of the wrist, I turn the handle and head inside, a tiny bell chiming to signal my entry. Oh God, here we are again. The inside is wildly different than I expected from its humble exterior, looking more like a high rollers lounge than a speakeasy. There are tables for billiards and poker in the back, and cigarette dispensers lining the walls. I even see some back rooms, likely for more private affairs. This place couldn't have been open for long, or it would have dragged me here already. It's got every illegality us heathens could desire, all in one place. The only thing missing seems to be the bartender. Could this place be closed for the night? Hello? Are y'all open? Here's some shuffling. Ugh, I hate that squeak. There's some shuffling around the back. Guess when it's this dead, you don't need to exactly be front and center. Hope I'm not being a bother, I say, making a puddle in the foyer. Still no response. It's unsettling, and I feel the need to fill the dead air. Sure is nasty out there, huh? I hate this. Look, if you're not open, I can go. No, please. I'll be at your beck and call in just a moment, sir. A male voice. Deep. I hear him awkwardly shuffling around before emerging from the kitchen. There he is. Now proudly tending the bar is a tall, portly rabbit wearing a well-tailored suit. Gives me a charming smile, acting as if he hadn't kept me waiting. It works. He hums to himself while drying some freshly washed glasses. He'd be totally unremarkable if not for the strange leather mask covering his face and ears. It makes his otherwise cuddly appearance a little sinister. He notices me making a wet spot by the door and waves me over with a friendly grin. Sure is coming down out there, ain't it? Sure is. He speaks in that slow, charming Louisiana drawl I grew to love after moving here. He gestures for me to come sit, and I trot over, my soaking wet paws slapping against the hardwood floors. The bunny doesn't seem to mind the potential property damage and smiles as I awkwardly squeeze onto one of the vinyl-covered bar stools. The feeling of my damp ass against the grippy seat sends a shiver of displeasure up my spine. I shake it off and look at the rabbit, who's staring back expectantly. Anything I can get you, sir? Our bar's fully stocked with only the finest imported liquors. And only the finest service to go with it. Where was this service when I first got here? Might as well take a shot in the dark. Can you make me a gimlet? Surely! Do you mind if it's on the sweeter side? We're a tad low on gin. None of that bathtub slop, mind you. Not at all. Thank you. Ah, but of course. Order for Mr. Possum coming right up. He starts shuffling around behind the counter, and I take a better look at him now that I'm up close. He's husky for sure, but there's power underneath that cage of fluff. I can tell from the way he effortlessly shuffles bottlenecks through his fingers as if they weighed nothing. I imagine it simply comes with the job in this part of town, though he'd make a better bouncer than a bartender. Guy can barely fit behind the counter. What's with the mask anyway? Mardi Gras was a few weeks ago, and it doesn't exactly look festive. If anything, it looks like some perverse take on I don't know how to say that, or the Mask of Red Death. His demeanor is anything but macabre, though. I'm just looking for excuses to not like this fellow. He occasionally looks back at me, clocking my stares. I expect at least a glimmer of disgust, that kind of homophobic recoil I've grown used to. Instead, he's still pleasantly smiling at me. Clearly takes pride in his showmanship, gliding with ease from bottle to bottle. It's like some sort of dance. It's nice. Seeing someone who found what they were clearly meant to do. Some people can just make it work. With a gentle pour into a gold-rimmed cocktail glass, he finishes the drink, garnishing it with a thinly sliced lime wedge. It looks amazing. Please enjoy. Thanks. I take a slow sip, letting the taste of alcohol linger on my tongue for a few seconds before I gulp it down. In mere seconds, 12 years of sobriety get thrown out the window. I'm sure my sister would be seething right now if she could see me. Good. The sweetness is chased by that familiar burn that the strong stuff always delivers. Most places here water their drinks down, so this is a nice change of pace. After the tingling in my throat subsides, I relax my shoulders, feeling calm for the first time in days, maybe weeks. All right, before this hits my brain, let's go over everything one more time, just to be sure. First, they'll find the note on my bed. I'm sure Simone will most likely be confused. A teen will be angry. Neither will believe it. No telling what Jean will say. Or Jean, or whatever the hell I decided to pronounce it as, I don't remember. Or Jean, no, it was Jean. Or I don't fucking remember, fuck it. Either way, they'll probably try looking for me right away. I'm gonna head east. Find some tall trees well away from the roads. And then... Ah! Mind reader, oh, won't you read me my mind tonight? Dots. I look up and notice the bartender staring intently at me. Guess I got lost in thought. Shouldn't he be used to folks drowning their sorrows in booze by now? I don't mean to pry, but... Thought's been troubling your paws? Great, he's the chatty type. Yeah, you could say that. Not keen in bearing my soul to a random barkeep. Friendly or not. At least I can feel myself drying off. Nice transition again with the sprites. Oh, naturally. A solemn little possum slinking out of his den to drink his problems away. And on a night like this, you'd have to be down on your luck. God, that fucking face! Oh, Jesus. Well, I won't poke the bear. Every man has his reasons. But please don't hesitate to let me know if I can help ease whatever's ailing you, sir. I take great pride in pleasing my patrons, rain or shine. Yeah, right. As if this is a problem that could be simply swept away. Glance over at the game tables once again. Wonder if this was his way of convincing people to waste their money on them. Would you be interested in a game or two, perhaps? Bingo. I can see his fingers twitching compulsively. He must be a dealer. Sorry, not my vice. Such a curious thing, those vices. They could be a man's destruction or his salvation, depending on the day. Either way, gambling ain't my preferred method of self-destruction. And what, if I may ask, is... Oh, Lord. Well, this is a hell of a choice to throw in the beginning of this game. What could this possibly contribute to the game? I have no idea what this would lead to. Well, we know I'm gonna have to pretend like I'm not gonna try to metagame here. I'm gonna have to pretend like I don't know anything going forward past this point. So what we do know, we don't know that he has anything of a sex life. We know that he was sober for a long time. But we do know he's running away. So, using no meta knowledge, I'm gonna have to go with running away. He's ran away from his home. He ran away this time. That seems to be his thing. So that seems to be the logical choice. Gonna have to go with that. Ooh. Nope. Okay, nope. That seemed to be the right choice. I tried the other two and none of them got a CG, so this seems to be the right one. I guess I just don't want to deal with my problems anymore. Why even lie at this point? He's no therapist, but he wants to listen. God, I feel this, ugh. Like how even the music has a slight undercurrent of those like menacing violins. He's definitely getting more than he bargained for. More than he bargained for, yeah! Ha! But so was everyone who knew me. Knew? You mean knows, right? Not really. The liquor's loosened my lips, but I don't care. Look, you really don't know me, mister. I'm not a good man. I tried to do what was expected of me. I tried to go against everything I was taught to believe. And in the end, I sided with the wrong people. I left the ones who really cared for me behind to fucking rot. So then I thought, oh, I could just come back to them as if no time had passed and everything would be all hunky-dory. Had a lot that did. I got shamed, rejected, used, messed up the only good relationship I ever had. Nothing ever felt the same after that. When you completely destroy a person, build up their confidence and then just break them down at their most vulnerable, and you have to live with that, knowing why they never shine quite as brightly as they used to, all because of an impulsive decision you made. So what am I left with? Simone looks at me like a fragile little egg that could break at any moment. Her eyes are always so tired. Gene only sees me as a tenant. Lord knows he's given me more chances than most, and at least that apartment will be in better hands now. I'm a teen. He just sees me as a punching bag that keeps letting him stick it. I stopped myself, almost letting something dangerous slip to a total stranger. He must pour with a heavy hand. One drink shouldn't be enough to get me going like this. Oh, what is that? What is that? My hand is shaking. What is this? Oh, it's like wavy vision. Okay. My hand is shaking. Got some breathing. Squeeze my eyes shut as my heavy gets breathing. Fuck. Not right now. Panic attack? Stop. 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 Can all of this just fucking stop? Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. Oh, don't you look at me like you give a fuck. Oh, what? What? Do I gotta click on you? What is what? What? What do you fucking want? I gotta click. Suddenly, I feel his big, warm paws close over mine. My shaking stops. I can't tell if it's his calming aura or his strength. This does lead to that moment later in the game when they have that like, oh, he cares about me. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, fuck. This helps that make more sense because we didn't have a calm moment with him at any point in the previous prologue. So this is setting that up really nicely. Regardless of why, I can breathe easy again. It pains me to see you going through such strife. It really does. Then why are you smiling? It's nothing. Forget I said anything, really. Rest my face on my hands and sigh. Didn't feel any better after saying all that out loud. Maybe if it was someone who actually mattered. It's being so sweet right now, though. I can't help but imagine how things would be different if we met on a different night. Oh, the smirk. Oh, God. No, jeez. Oh, hey, I just noticed he has a shamrock lapel pin. Oh, my. Who knows? Maybe we could have been friends? I feel a slight sting as my fingers pass over the scratch from those roses, and I remember something important. If someone named Christine comes by looking for me, can you give her this? And tell her I won't need it where I'm going. Is Christine just getting introduced because Christine will matter in the hero route? Because I don't remember a Christine being mentioned anywhere else. And that I'm sorry. Or am I just being bad? Because I'm starting to remember this. I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm being a goof right now. He takes the ring in his large paw and inspects it before pocketing it and nodding. Yeah, that seems trustworthy. Weirdly, I imagine trying to fit it onto one of his massive fingers. If it'll put your mind at ease. It actually does, in a way. That was the final preparation. While it doesn't completely wipe away the guilt, there's nothing left to tie me to this place. That is... If you could indulge me in a simple gamble... Roll my eyes. Nice! Nice crack of the thunder there. That was thematic. I already told you. He stops me and holds a hand out, rolling a gold coin across his knuckles. That's such a cool trick. I know it's not really a trick, but it's a cool thing that can be done. It's nothing like that. Just a simple coin toss. Think of it as a good omen towards your travels. Before I can protest, he flicks the coin into the air, catches the light, glimmering as time seems to slow for a moment. He catches it with the same hand and slams it flat on the desk, all in one swift motion. A trick he's likely done thousands of times before. Hey, it says hundreds, but I say thousands. He's really experienced in my book. Call it. Oh, God. I don't remember what the... I don't remember. Heads? Heads? You would pick that? If the hand reveals, tails. I don't remember what it was. A choice befitting of a man like you, and it's heads. Okay, so we always get it wrong, so I guess... What are we picking? I don't remember. I remember something about this. What are we picking here? I don't remember. Let me go back to first episode of Burrows and see what people said about the coin flip. No one said shit about the coin flip. Damn it. Alright, so... I'm just gonna go with tails. Fine. A choice befitting of a man like you. Lifts the hand and reveals heads. We always get it wrong. Slap my shoulders. Oh, now what? Shame you didn't place anything on it. Nah, but didn't anyone tell you, son? Bets are best made when you already know you won. But lucky for you, I'm feeling generous today. All I ask of you is one simple task. Fair enough. What is it? Nothing about it is actually fair, but who am I to argue with a 500-pound bunny? He reaches under his collar and pulls out a blank playing card. Slides it across the counter to me, grinning coyly. Keeps it pressed down in front of me for an uncomfortably long time, almost as if to make sure I know it's not a normal playing card. I nod, and he pulls his hand back, going back to polishing that perpetually dirty glass. Just keep that on you for the time being. There's someone you have to give it to. Who? Oh, you'll know him when you see him. Trust me. Okay, then. Well, I guess I might as well oblige. This could be the last person I talk to. He gestures towards the door before facing away from me, tending to his bar. Sounds like it calmed down out there. Better get going before all hell breaks loose again. Yeah, it calms down as soon as you said that, for God's sake. He was right. It was suddenly very quiet. Even the sounds of people and cars were strangely absent now. It was still pitch black out, maybe even more than before. It's been nice. You can call me Virgil, sir. Hope to see you again. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see that happening. Not in this lifetime. And yet something is telling me not to go. Some lingering shred of doubt. Oh God, come on, give me a reason to stay. What the fuck? Right, I'll be going now, Virgil. Tell me not to go. What is this? Holy shit! See you around, Mr. Possum. You won't. Doesn't anyone realize they won't? Ah, the spooky hallway. Defeated. I get up and head for the door. Even though I want to leave, I feel a sinking pit in my stomach, like something awful is waiting for me on the other side. I've already made up my mind about it. There's no point in pussyfooting about this. Take a deep breath and march toward the door defiantly. What is this feeling? Whoa. I get about halfway before my legs feel heavy. It's as if I'm wearing sandbags around my ankles. I almost fall from the sudden resistance. I take a deep breath, and keep pushing. Oh boy! The room almost seems to stretch away from me. I try to look behind me, but the view from the room refuses to change. Fixed at one point like a painting. My head starts pounding. Was I really that much of a lightweight? Oh! I suddenly feel the intense glare of a predator burning in my blind spot. Virgil, whoa! Hello! Goodbye, Gray. Well, that's not nice. Do I gotta click on this, or are you just gonna hang out? Yeah, I think I gotta click. Oh, A primal sense of dread forces me back around and I sprint towards the door, ignoring the burning in my thighs from what feels like lifting hundreds of pounds with each step. The hallway keeps stretching an impossible distance, but I can't stop moving. That thing behind me. Fuck. My knees turn to jelly and I collapse. I can barely catch my breath. My heart is beating out of my chest. What the hell is going on? You put something in my drink after all? Am I gonna die here like this? No, not like this. On my terms. Grab the dirty carpet and pull myself off the floor. The door seems to have stopped moving away, almost seeming to do so out of pity, the bastard. I start crawling, pain shooting through my knees each time they come down. Tears are burning down my face, and I resist the urge to vomit. Oh, it's fading. Time loses all meaning, and I pathetically inch forward. Darkness fades into the sides of my vision. The idea of blacking out is sounding better and better by the second, but I can't. Something is telling me not to give in. I feel something burning against my leg, something in my pocket. I take another deep breath and gather all of my remaining energy for one final dash. The shadows in the room seem to warp into exaggerated shapes, and I lean forward into sprinting position. Into a sprinting position. The gravity on me is suddenly released. I sail towards the door. Oh, God. I make contact with the knob, and the room is flooded with intense red light. An impossible loud siren blares behind me. I barely register any of it and fling the door open. Ooh. The same inky black that seemed to surround the building before is now staring me in the face. I swear I can see it blink. Just like that, it's all around me.